think I just swallowed my snot. I'm sorry. I'm here in the center of the city. The sun is almost setting, but from snowing and raining and hell breaking loose, it's clearer. So I have one simple mission today. I'm passing by this. I'm passing by this vintage shop right here close by, and I have to get some money that I had hanging on a piece of paper or something to, that I returned something last year and I never used this car. There is some money on it, and I'm gonna pass to another vintage shop to try to see if I can find a similar jacket like this one, because I love them. So let's do it before it gets dark. So here we are, Sunday, 10 December. It's snowing here in Amsterdam. Actually, now it's snowing a bit more. I managed to get all the things done that I had to do, including business and music-wise. We're working, me and Jean, on a cover, Silent Night. It's coming along well, in the fashion of Elvis Presley, even though it's a 200-year-old Christmas carol. Very simple, beautiful actually. I never realized until I sang it. It's actually a pretty beautiful melody. But I had a very good week. As you see, I'm sporting my new vintage jacket. Super successful day jacket-wise. I found two amazing new jackets that I really like. A little bit like this one, but they're really nice. So I can't wait for swapping it and putting it on. So it was a good mission. Everything worked out. So I wasn't allowed to film in there because they make such a big deal out of filming, but I didn't want to, so I just waited outside, and somebody's laughing at me. So yeah, we went to Jean. We started to do the cover and keep working on the song. I enjoyed being in the city, running around. Unfortunately, December here, it's a very dark month. It's the darkest month of the year, and it's gonna be like this until the 21 of December, and then that pattern reverses, which is great. To me, I know it sounds ridiculous, but for me, from the 21st onward, it feels like spring is coming, because it feels like we went to the peak, and now this whole thing is changing, and the days, each single day becomes few seconds longer, few minutes longer, until it's like almost never sets for like an entire month, like almost. So like always a little bit like a glare in the sky for the whole day, almost for like 20 hours. But anyway, nice week. I'm really excited to look forward to 2018, even though this planet and this humanity has a lot to work on. I feel excited because it feels like the best time to be alive. We gotta work on a lot of stuff, on how to manage productivity, overproduction, to manage consumption, because we were so busy in the last 70 years of economical boom sort of thing, producing and buying, that we didn't really think that if we were prepared to deal with the consequences or leftover products from production, and that includes everything from technology to food. I mean, you cannot even buy an avocado without being wrapped in 2 layers of plastic, so that's ridiculous. And there's a little tray of where the two things are hoisted, and then you throw it away. So there's a lot that needs to be worked on in this present time, in this in this world nowadays. But it's also very exciting because there's more and more availability of information. In general, availability of possibility of learning, like education, videos, and all kinds of things that you can follow, courses online, and all those type of new available media that before 20 years ago were not available. And I think it's especially important for developing countries because we are not inherently born with the capability of understanding. I mean, we do understand, but we don't know other languages when we are born, or arithmetics, or complicated algorithms or equation or physics and that kind of stuff. We don't come equipped with that, even though we come equipped with the ability to understand it and to build on top of it. If you leave a human born nowadays in an environment not exposed to knowledge, he's just going to be closer to the animal kingdom in terms of behavior than what we can do. And that's a fact. And that's why it's so important that nowadays availability of information, it's spreading and it's reaching and it's branching everywhere. And in those places where there's hardly any school, if you can bring internet and a phone and a computer, you already empower so much that the person with the right guidance. Because the other side of this whole availability is that we all want to share our thoughts. We can all put things on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and I put myself in the ballpark as well. We all feel this compelling need of sharing whatever, from thoughts to food to pictures to clothing, and it's all good, but it also has a lot of noise, especially when reaction are driven purely off emotions. We are emotional creatures, and a lot of times we react to news, politician, things with emotions, and that's not always good. So it's always good to take a few minutes before you react to anything or you leave a comment, kind of thing. And I know it's hard, but that's what I do. I sort of breathe in. Do I really want to say that? And then I breathe another couple of times. I pause, I think another 5 minutes, and then if I really feel compelled, the comment is gonna show up on YouTube. And not everyone is perfect. Or we don't manage always to be the best we can be, but that's fine. And anyway, despite that, so there's always, we have to work out sort of a balance in between this incredible overpopulation of thoughts and sharing and what matters. But overall, I think it's something positive because it allows for dialogue, allows to move to our next sort of a stage. We're gonna have this sort of mass hysteria of sharing and thoughts and screaming and wrestling and the division of I'm on this side, I'm on the other side, I go for this guy in politics, I go for the other, my football team is better, your football team sucks, and there's going to be all this kind of thing. And because it's so obvious and it becomes more evident day by day that's sort of the dynamic we're following, I'm sure there's going to be smarter people that they're going to sort of create an insight, a guide, ways of laying down the way we are behaving and where it's leading, and it's going to give us less smarter people a guide, like a safe line to follow, so that we can manage better this future that is coming, because it is coming, and it's coming packed with a lot of stuff. And we better be prepared emotionally, psychologically, and physically in general, with health and everything, and with education, because you don't want to be left behind. And I really feel like left behind. Every time I'm going on the net to learn for a new trick on how to do an editing thing on Adobe Premiere, I usually have to learn from a 15-year-old boy or girl that knows exactly and perfectly the whole program through and through, and is actually doing a great job in explaining it. And every time I learn, it's hilarious. I'm always learning from teenagers, and it's because it's their language, like the same way we were brought up with games and Commodore 64 and Amiga 600 and the Super Nintendo. This generation is capable of managing and juggling with smartphones and programs and complex application like it's their daily bread. And that's great, because I can go on YouTube and follow a tutorial and my video looked a little bit better. So anyway, little rant, little talk, images and whatever I've done, this new way of compiling my own blog, my own way of whatever. And so yeah, I hope I'm gonna build on top of this and experiment more and enjoy the sharing. And at the same time, I apologize in advance for the rants because it's just a train of thoughts. So it's a lot of things can be like making more sense at times, less sense at times. It's unscripted, so it's just a flow, whatever it's coming through, and perhaps you find it entertaining, and combining with the images create some entertainment for you and some enjoyment for me, because I truly enjoy doing it, sharing it, and allows me to explore new way of being an artist and being creative, and it's free. So if you follow, I'm producing, we keep going, we keep growing, and we keep enjoying, possibly. And yeah, looking forward for this 2018. I'll see you next video. Subscribe, hit the little bell so you know it's me, and I'll see you next next video.